internet has really democratized business, definitely, in that I can spend my $500 just like BHP and get a similar website, really. Now, of course, they can spend a lot more on a higher level consultant, but pretty much a couple of $1,000s, I can get something that could compete with BHP. So that's one issue that's changed. The other thing is that the tools of production have now been put in the hands of the audience as well. So in the past, I had to go to film school or, have a job as a filmmaker or in TV. I had to have, a production company, whatever, to make something. But now I can just get my iPhone and make anything I want. And on my $2,000 website, I can just whack it up there. It's very powerful. I mean, you just have to look at it today. You have to look at, the way kids are using the technology. And, I saw this quote about 5 years ago from a 13-year-old Scottish schoolgirl saying email is for old people, and it pretty much is, really. And so is the telephone. And so is, even on their iPhones, they don't really do a lot of speaking. It's pretty much the quick thing. And social media is incredibly powerful. The ability, you look at some of the campaigns, the political campaigns that have happened, or some of the demonstrations that have broken around the world, and how quick that can get out to the world. I mean, that's incredibly powerful. There's different means of recording material, then there's means of publishing that material, and then there's means of distributing that material. And really you need to look at each individual thing to work out the path for you. So you can film someone, you can video someone, you can take audio, you can write an article, you can do an interview, you can write a case study, you can have a series of a webinar, you can have an e-course, you can have articles, you can have a blog, you can have a Facebook. So that's creating some content. And then the next step is publishing that content. So you could put it on a website, you could put it on a blog, you could put it on Twitter, on Facebook, you could put it in iTunes, you could create a podcast, you could show it on TV, you could do the traditional filmmaking path. There's a range of different things you can do. Then distributing that content, how to get it out everywhere. You can use referrals, friends and affiliates. You can use the viral marketing with social media again, content marketing with the websites and blogs. There's a whole range of ways of doing that stuff. What we like to do with any piece of content, this is for me what I think is one of the most powerful things of all these platforms and all this technology, is repurposing and repackaging. That's what we do a lot. So I have this little anecdote about a friend of mine who's a chef, a Spanish chef, and her mother taught her to cook. And in rural Spain, they would get a chicken and they would cook 6 meals with that chicken. Right? You get a soup, you get a casserole, you get some bits of fried stuff, you get the whole thing, and eat it over 3 days, right? In some countries, like America and other countries, it's not unusual for one person to eat a whole chicken in one meal, right? And then it's gone. So what we like to do with our content, because although we're a training school, I see us as online publishers, because I think anyone who's an online business is a publisher. So although we're delivering training content, we are actually online publishers. So what we do with that content, we might have a particular module we're teaching, like how to give effective feedback, for example. So I would take that content, I might interview someone about that and make an audio. That might be my first piece of content. Could be an audio recording, just say, right? So with that, in fact, I could make it a series. I might have, 6 weeks of audio interviews, interviewing a different specialist every week on how to give effective feedback in the workplace, how to deliver it properly, how to create your feedback, whatever. I've got the audio. Then what I do is I create a podcast with that, so I can release it over a period of time. I can also do some slides, just PowerPoint or whatever, get some images, create a video, stick it on YouTube. I can also create some blog posts because I get it transcribed, so the audio would immediately be transcribed and I send off to transcriptionists around the world. It costs, I think, about $80 to transcribe an hour of content. Then I've got a whole lot of written material on effective feedback, which I could put into an ebook, or I could create in a series of blog posts. I then take that content, I pull out the key quotes and the key powerful pieces and create a whole lot of tweets, and link those tweets back to the Facebook, which is about that much of the content, and that can link to the blog post, can link to the podcast, the YouTube video can feed in. It's, you know, it's not about just one thing. It's about making that chicken last for 6 days. What we do in our business is that we create what we call the asset page, or I guess it's the content rich page, and that's the place where the key piece of content sits. Then we create various different pieces of, you know, the chicken on different websites, all pointing in to that one page, because there's 2 ways to get your site up in Google. I mean, there's search engine optimization is a whole other topic, but there's 2 key ways, right? One is to have the right keywords, so that in your content you have the words people are searching on, and you use Market Samurai to figure that out. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is backlinking, which means other websites linking to your page. So that's why we create a whole lot of other things that link to this one page. Everything drives to this page. And that's the power of social media for online marketing. Because if you can get other people linking to this one page, it increases its searchability in Google. A couple of reasons to do the chicken thing. It's not just about getting people to your page, though. It's also about the fact that different people like to receive information in different ways, just like different learners like to learn in different ways. Some people are visual, some people have like auditory, you know, it's that as well. Before they've had the idea. Yeah. Right at the beginning, not at the end. Don't finish a film and they go, now let's make a Facebook page and a website.